Hey guys, how's it going? Daniel here. So it's been now over a week now since Apple released Apple News in its latest iOS update, and it was finally made available here in Canada. And of course, with Apple News, a new feature came within that app, and that is Apple News Plus. So, like I said, I've been using it now for over a week as my main app to get my news on my iPhone or iPad whenever I want to read something or I just want to see the latest news. So, what's new in Apple News and Apple News Plus? So, Apple News, of course, nothing pretty much changed in it. It's still a place where you could go and receive your daily news from your favorite places that you like getting your news from. But of course, the only difference is it's using machine learning. So, and I think a bit of people behind it as well. They choose what maybe you might be interested in reading about. So, it's a really simple app where you get your latest news. You get your top stories from there, what's going around you, what's going around the world as well. And so yeah, it's just a really great place, and the app does a very decent job of showing you the latest news, of course, and also does a great job of showing you other news that you might be interested in reading about as well. But the big feature, of course, and the big surprise, of course, was Apple News Plus. So Apple News Plus is a subscription-based model that Apple released. It's a new service inside Apple News where you'll be paying $10 a month for reading magazines, so like Wired magazine, Oprah magazine, just other magazines that you're into. They will probably be in the service in Apple News Plus. Now, not all magazines are in it. There's a few magazines that I usually read every month that were not there. They're not part of they did not join the Apple News Plus subscription based model. But Apple News Plus, so it's a bit weird sometimes when I go into that tab when I open Apple News Plus, because sometimes I do find interesting articles, magazines, but sometimes it's showing me magazines that I usually never really read. I never open. I'm not really into that stuff. So I'm hoping maybe in the future Apple will get better at that, where they won't be showing me maybe Oprah magazines, because I don't read Oprah magazines not one bit. I like reading science, technology magazines, movie magazines, entertainment magazines. So just having Apple News Plus showing me magazines that I'm not really into, I hope maybe in the future Apple will be able to fix that. So how is it using it on the iPhone or on the iPad? So on the iPhone, it's very simple. Of course, like I said, that's my way of getting my news right now. I usually open it maybe twice or three times a day. And then of course, I do like the push notifications that I do receive of breaking news or just other stuff. So it's a really great place. So I used to have a lot of apps from different news sources. Now I just deleted those because of Apple News, and I'm just able to subscribe to every single news app or news network or news site that I'm into reading, and I just like getting my news. I like getting my notifications from there. But I think the best way to really enjoy Apple News or Apple News Plus is on the iPad. I've actually been enjoying it much more on the iPad just because of the screen real estate, of course, is right there. And it just looks so much more better, the magazines there, if you're into reading the magazines or just reading your typical news right there. So yeah, it's just a really fantastic place and just a really great, fantastic way to enjoy Apple News or Apple News Plus. So, is the big question, is Apple News Plus worth paying for every single month? So right now, of course, Apple released it as a free 1 month service right now. So for 1 month right now, I'm enjoying it. I'm using it, but will I be paying $10 extra so I can read magazines and other maybe news sites that I usually will have to pay extra, of course, like the Wall Street Journal or whatever? And the big question is probably not. I'm probably not going to be paying $10 a month right now, just because the magazines that I'm into reading are so limited on the Apple News Plus. Not all magazines are there that I enjoy reading. And the news that I get from, let's say, the New York Times or other sites, of course, they're just not in the Apple News Plus program. So that made it kind of a down deal. But anything could change. I still have a couple weeks more of using the free trial with Apple News Plus, so maybe I will change my mind. But for now, I'm enjoying it. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend you go try it because it is a great way just to read news or magazines. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And as always, I will see you guys later. Peace.